Alright, welcome back to Eastern Investigations. This time, we're trying to figure out what the problem is with this. I'm thinking it's the dossier somewhere. Because it says they didn't immediately head for them. Well, I'm gonna give the dossier a try, and maybe the pendants. No. Is not the right piece of evidence. He doesn't want to hear it. And you're handing him a scroll. What does it say? Legzi says, Covenant is like a soul. Without words, words without covenants are but empty shells. Okay. I mean, I don't know, man. Yeah. Why would they wear the pendant, then? Well, her pendant doesn't say the full last name, though. No. I don't know, I'm kind of stumped here. I gotta wait for bring the scroll every 2 seconds. It's either in the wrong place or... I don't know, I don't feel like I have the evidence for this. The dossier? No. Now I gotta wait a year. Oh. That was a different statement, actually. I didn't read it because I thought it was just gonna be the same statement again. Maybe this is the correct statement, just the wrong evidence. The pendant, maybe? No. Look at my evidence. I did the dossier, right? Yeah, I think so. His pendant? No. I don't know. Nothing to do with your evidence. Yeah, I know. I just can't... I can't figure it out, man. I got no idea. It's bad. I don't know. I don't know. I just have no idea, because I don't feel like I have the evidence. I don't think I have the evidence for this. Just drawing blanks here. I'm trying, but I'm not coming up with anything. The victim's costume. It's not any of these. The love letter doesn't have anything to do with it, I don't think. Right? No. Let me just read these statements again. Father-daughter possibly knew the fact. Oh! I see. I see it. There's two of them, but there's 3 costumes that are missing. Actually 4. But they didn't update that. So I kind of just forgot about that. Yeah, it's this one. Okay, good. Great. Wonderful. This kidnapping wasn't just planned by 2 people alone. What kind of proof do you have of that? Quite simply, there are 3 kidnappers. 3! Yeah, 3. 4 costumes were stolen from the Wild Wild West's backroom area. We found one of them in the kidnapper's hideout. But as for the other 3, we can assume they were being worn by 3 different people. We also found a set of 3 cups and 3 folding chairs used as hideouts. This clearly points to a 3-man group. I believe this 3rd person is the real mastermind behind the kidnapping. Who's this mastermind? It's you, the brains behind the kidnapping. I mean, if you think about it, really the only person that makes sense is the man himself. Lance Amano! Yeah. Yes, the abduction was, in fact, schemed up by Lance himself. Recall what he said when he appeared before us. Did you see the faces of the kidnappers? No, I didn't see their faces, but 2. One was a woman. However, there were 3 kidnappers, which is in direct contradiction to what he said. But I know I only saw 2 people. They were being held hostage. It's possible you couldn't see all 3 of them. Yes. But when you're being held, I have any doubts about what happened then. Lance, would you mind telling me what's happened while you were being held captive? I really don't remember much anymore, honest. But I don't tell you at least something. You believe me at all, will you? Yeah, I don't. I was kidnapped yesterday morning. Didn't be shut in that room blindfolded the entire time. The kidnapper suddenly disappeared all around the time I heard rain falling outside. My hands were cuffed, but it was a stroke of luck they left me alone. I managed to escape and ran away from the room as fast as I could. To the grand passageway, I presume. Are you okay? Sorry, I really didn't want to recall that horrible ordeal, but now you believe me, right? No, not quite yet. How could you not? How do you look at me with icy daggers in your eyes? He's a prosecutor and they're all like that. If you know, laying your prosecutor's eyes for deserting the truth. I should do yourself to be cruel at times, and so be it. There's a sticking point in Lynn's testimony. Let's see what he offers up when I push it a little bit. Kidnapped yesterday, very well. Blindfolded. Disappeared. You're blindfolded. By that room, you mean the room in the kidnapper's hideout, correct? Yes, but I was blindfolded the entire time, so I didn't know that until I made my escape. So then you're in the same room as your kidnappers. They spoke in hushed tones, but I could catch a picture of their conversation. Definitely 2 people, and one of them was definitely a woman. I was so scared. I could tell they were nearby, so I didn't dare make a move. but suddenly they disappeared. The kidnappers disappeared. The room fell into a sudden silence and left behind an unwanted mutt. What do you mean by unwanted mutt? What a pointless question. It's not like he's gonna tell us anything new, you know. The poetic simile. You should learn how to use them too. You look refined on the outside, but it's no good if you're not refined on the inside as well. Then no scuffs on your wrist. Suppose you are still cuffed in that case. I'm well aware of how I am keen to reality. I couldn't find the key, so everyone is stuck like this. You know I escaped from the jail, so I will forever be a prisoner. You made your escape. How do you manage to escape? I wanted to just get out of there, but the door leading outside was locked. Oh. That is not true, my friend. Which is why I used an underground passageway to make my escape. Your escape to be equally as hard. It's an invaluable piece of testimony. I shouldn't let it go unexamined. Yeah, no, it's not, actually. It wasn't, actually. See, the door leading outside was locked, but it wasn't really. Hey, did those just slip off your hands and come back on your hands? I'm talking about that room behind the saloon front, right? Look, I heard that it took quite a few men to get that thing open. Right? Sheena? Yes, that's correct. And take a look at this. What is that, a sword? Not especially a reliable one if it's broken like that. Let me just start from the end. The conclusion is the door was never locked. It's simply held shut by this sword, which is used to jam the handle. And even though your hands are cuffed together, you can still use them. If that's the case, then why did you not simply remove the sword and escape? Why didn't I was disoriented. Yes, that's it. I did not notice it. As I would accept it's a bold-faced lie. You locked yourself in that room because you had to make yourself look like the victim. You did not, in fact, just key the door. That's why you used the prop sword to improvise and create a prison of your very own. You've been making out of this guy out to be one of the kidnappers for some time now. I wonder if you've forgotten something very important along the way. And that would be a motive. What else? You want to say thank to an upright, pure boy like him would hatch up a complete and pointless scheme such as kidnapping himself? This proves that Lance didn't have a motive to commit the crime. Yeah, he did. This boy wasn't dead. Put it simply, Lance has a very urgent need for money. It's hardly a typical love letter. It's in fact a collection spill. There's an upsetting boy has committed quite a debt. Isn't that right, Lance? Look like it's hard being the son of a rich man, too. Must be rough when you resort to stealing from your own old man, huh? No right to give up. That did myself. Lance! It's over, Lolly. In this life, we really are bound to our fates after all. Well, I wanted to go with you to a new town, somewhere where no one would know us. I wanted to be well off with that 1 million, but now that dream is over. Oh, Lance! You're giving yourself up. Yes, I had planned to run away from this world with my Lolly. Oliver even helped us with the plan, but then he had to go and stab us in the back. He turned on you. Maybe he didn't want to go expect the ransom money, that's my guess. Happened almost right after you made the drop-off. We were alone, he attacked me all of a sudden. After a brief struggle, I was able to contain him and keep him under control. I have him inside that room as Lolly and made their escape. We wore different costumes and split up. The first Lolly left in the blue badger costume. I mean the person I was speaking saw was Miss Pulps. Right then, the old man had had to wake up. I was careless and he tackled me pretty hard from behind. Then Oliver put on a bad badger costume, took the suitcase worth $1 million and ran. Kind of hit Lolly right away and he warned her that he had a gun. They had no idea they were related, so I thought I could only end badly. I still don't believe it. That person is not my father. Because if he was, I just killed my own father. Lolly, then it really was you. Oh, that's bad. That's real bad. Then it was not my father. I mean, because at the stadium, there was a bad badger pulling the suitcase with the $1 million in it. The badger pointed his gun at me, aiming to shoot me dead. That's why I used the gun I got from Lance. There's a gunshot, and the other person crumpled to the ground, but I ran scared for my life. I think the big picture is finally coming into focus, don't you? Loli, forgive me. I didn't think it would turn into something so frightening. If only I could have protected you. So Miss Pulp, she shot her own dad without ever knowing who he really was. If what she said is true. Are you saying she's lying? Why would she lie about something like that? What purpose would it serve? You'd be surprised how often people lie without even realizing themselves, Kay. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? What I mean is, listen very carefully to her confession once more and you'll see. Well, let's see here. I mean, there's a prop gun in play. There's definitely a prop gun in play. There's also a real gun in play. Yeah, why aren't you admitting to moving the body then? Because if you killed him, then who moved his body? Let's just examine this a little bit. That was the ransom money, wasn't it? Yes, that's how I was able to identify Mr. Deacon almost immediately. It's all thanks to what Lance told me. What did he tell you? Well, he called me on my cell phone and told me Mr. Deacon had betrayed us and run off with the ransom money. And how he had a gun. Pointed the gun. Were you able to clearly see the gun? Yes, I got a very good look at it while it was pointed at me. Oh, Father, why would you try to shoot me? Do you think a father would shoot his own daughter, Mr. Edgeworth? I don't know. I don't want to believe it myself. But it's true, my father's left arm was raised with a gun in it. Pointed straight at me. I would to die, I thought. Miss Pulps? Please calm down and take a deep breath. Then would you allow me to please hear that last statement one more time? Yes, of course. Pointed the gun in his left hand. That doesn't make sense. He was a bad badge, supposed to be in his other hand. Hey! This is a contradiction, it's just not the right evidence, I guess. Come on now. I think this is the right thinking, right? Come on now. The badger gun is in the right hand, right? No, it's in the left, I mean. Right? Is that... It's in the right hand. Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Why would he shoot a gun with his dominant hand? That doesn't make any sense. I've heard a dossier on your father. According to this, your father was right-handed. Ah, then... the person pointing a gun at you from atop the stage was not Mr. Deacon. Hold on there, Mr. Prosecutor. Thinking to take a refresher course. Bedbetter is a model gun attached to his right hand, which is why the only hand he could use... Wait. which is why the only hand he could have held the real gun was his left. Is it possible that it went down like that? Originally, when you're paying attention to what Miss Pulp was saying, then again, so as again, especially when it's never said in a court to catch it. Enough with the smugness, out with it already. Miss Pulp told us earlier. There's the Badger pulling the suitcase with the 1 million in it. According to you, the Badger had the gun in his left hand, which would mean he's pulling the suitcase with his right hand. Is that correct, Miss Pulps? Yes, exactly. I'm sure it was the Bad Badger. It had those huge sunglasses on its face. If that's the case, even I can see there's a crude contradiction. Yes, Miss Pulps claims you've seen the Bad Badger. Yet the Bad Badger had both of his hands full. These two pieces of information contradict each other, so one must be wrong. It wasn't the Bad Badger. Miss Pulps, what you saw is not the Bad Badger. Think back. Oh, this is... I think this is the correct thinking, but it's not exactly the issue. Both hands? No, it's both. I meant to do both, but I didn't. It's wrong. Yeah, I know. Both hands are occupied. Yeah, I know. It's both. They're both correct. Impossible. This leaves with an unresolved contradiction. This Pulp's entire statement rests on the fact she saw the sunglasses and the beard. What if that Bad Badger wasn't wearing pants in his lower half? Who knew that there was a way for the Bad Badger to really use both of his hands? Because there's a head. Costumes have two parts to them, a head and a body. Oh, I get it now. The head Miss Pulp saw was probably the head of the Bad Badger. However, it is not possible that the body was that of an entirely different badger. A different badger? Yes, to put it more bluntly, I believe it was the lower half of this badger. I mean... which half exactly? Probably a proto-badger, right? What? What the heck is it? It's the proto-badger. Yes, it's a simple matter of process of elimination. Miss Pulp's wearing the blue badger costume, so we can't wait that one. The pink badger is one of the wrong colors, would have been incredibly obvious. All that's left is the proto-badger costume. Miss Pulps, who was the other one aboard the proto-badger costume? That would be Lance. Lance? Are you saying what I think you are? That Lance Amano donned the Bad Badger head and pretended to be Mr. Deacon. At which he planned to shoot Miss Pulse for wearing the hit-a-seat thing. Stage was set up in the stadium with no more than that, a setup. Its purpose was to lead Miss Pulse into believing she had committed murder. Standing up there in front of Miss Pulse and pretending to be the victim. It was all done until she would pull the trigger. I have no idea what you're talking about. Why do you think would I have do all that, huh? There's one more reason. Lance Amano, you are the real culprit behind the murder of Oliver Deacon. What the? No! That's slander, take it back. You take it back right now. Just out of curiosity, Lance, which is your dominant hand? I'm left-handed, but what does that have to do with anything? Depends. According to Miss Phelps, her attacker held the gun in his left hand. Ha! Who was that? What? Who was what-handed to prove a thing? Besides, now you're just being absurd. Not like that proto-badger is bulletproof. One misfire and would have found himself dead, right? Of course, logically, if he'd been shot, he probably wouldn't be here with us. I believe he had thought of that as well and prepared it accordingly. This should be all the evidence you need. That's how Lance made sure he wouldn't be hit by a bullet. He gave her the model gun. We found one half of a Badger costume in the hideout, a broken one. Not the same one the victim was wearing, plus he was missing something. That something is the model gun the Bad Badger carries, which can fire blanks. What? Miss Phelps, where's the gun you used now? I threw it away into the sea. That makes it a bit tough to verify what it was. Although I believe that we can safely assume that it was the bottle gun in question. Fair enough, all you've been spouting so far is pure conjecture. David will admit that as long as the bottle gun is lost to us, I can't prove I'm right. However, I can say that the probability that I am right is very high. If it's certain that you're right, the murder at the stadium was a fabrication. In that case, where do you think the murder really took place, Mr. Prosecutor? I don't know yet. I know you're full of it. However, I do believe that the murder took place during an earlier time frame. Please wait a second. It's simply not possible. Because, as I was speaking after you were restrained by Lance, you saw the victim in the state of being restrained. Okay, this is all too much. All too far. This has gone on for longer than should have. So we will come back next time and continue this, because it just keeps twisting and a turning and a twisting and a turning, and there's still a murder scene to find. I don't know where that is, and the model gun's missing, and she's like, oh, I saw him after he was restrained. Like, okay, fine. Just more. Everything. More of everything. Okay. We'll come back next time, continue this, and see what happens, because I don't even know at this point. Anyway, till next time.